It is 11:30. We have just checked out of our accommodation and we only arrived in Odessa 12 hours ago. What are we doing?
We're Sarah and Marek, amateur backpackers who somehow managed to travel around Europe for a whole year for under $10,000. From working on sailboats to hitchhiking across 3 countries, our budget travels have been anything but boring. We're about to start a trip through the infamous Balkans, 8 countries in 6 weeks. Can we do it? Subscribe to find out.
Until a few hours ago, we had literally zero idea where we were going to next, but after a period of research and actually getting into contact with a couchsurfing host, we've managed to get ourselves a spot for the next 2 nights in Kiev, which is amazing because that's actually our end destination for our time here in Ukraine. And to get the cheapest tickets that we could to get to Kiev, it also means that we have to get onto a train now at 10 to 1 in the morning, and we'll arrive in Kiev in exactly 10 hours at 10 to 11. Like, it's pretty crazy. A few hours ago we were settling down to do some work, and now here we are preparing to get onto an overnight train. Welcome to Kiev.
One of the things we heard from a local is that you can actually find PCR tests at train stations. So we're going to keep a lookout for that while we're walking through.
PCR. Antigen.
Not much luck with PCR tests. They have antigen tests, but that's not what we need. Another thing that surprised me though was the toilets. This is the main train station in Kiev and they're Eastern style toilets, so we have to pop a squat to go to the loo now. I just found that very surprising and it felt out of place. Does anyone know why that is?
I can't actually believe that we're in Kiev. Like, this is the last city on our European travels. A year and 4 months, and we're finally in our final city. Nope, we're gonna walk.
One thing that we noticed coming into Kiev is that there are a lot of military personnel at the train station. We don't know if that's normal or not, but there were a lot of them.
And they all seem to be going somewhere. They were all coming to the train station with their bags on and heading straight for the trains.
Yeah.
It is our final day in Europe, and of course the weather is terrible, but it's kind of like Europe saying, listen, yeah, if you want to go back home to warm South Africa, you're gonna have to put up with 1 more day of terrible weather. Enjoy.
We just want to mention that we are not blasé about being here and about the situation. We realize that it could change at a moment's notice.
something interesting.
I don't know if you can.
This escalator.
Can you hear it?
I don't know.
I can hear it.
I can't hear yours though. I can only hear
I can't
mine.
hear yours either.
You can't hear mine?
No.
Whoa. Another one? How deep is this thing?
From the bottom of the metro station, it took us 3 minutes riding the escalators to get to the top. How deep was that place? The architecture here in Ukraine is by far the best that we've seen all throughout Europe so far.
Отправляемся в национальный парк Межигорье. Подходим.
We're not exactly sure what's happening right now. There's a guy with a speaker saying something not in English that we don't understand. We're right by the Independence Square. We're in the Independence Square right now. There's lots of people with cameras and microphones everywhere. There's flags flying.
These flags, some of them have got English on them and they say, "Save Ukraine."
So we're not sure what's happening here, but there's a lot of activity here. There's a lot of people. So something is happening.
Okay, we just spoke to a couple of journalists, and what is happening is tomorrow is the anniversary of the Mardar Revolution. I have no idea what that is. Okay, I misheard him earlier. Basically what it is it's the anniversary of the Euromaidan Revolution that took place here in Ukraine in 2014. Now this is a massive deal in Ukrainian history, and a very basic summary is that it was a revolution or an uprising against the Russian power here in Ukraine.
I find it a pretty crazy coincidence that you've got this anniversary happening tomorrow at the same time as all this tension with Russia, and we're just here to experience some of that. We got advice from our couch surfing host to check out these croissants. I can never say no to a good croissant. Croissants are one of my favorite things ever. I have no idea what's on this one, but it looked nice from the picture. I'm gonna taste it and see if I can tell what's even on here. I think it's some sort of applesauce. It's nice, but the picture definitely made it look more decadent than it's actually come. But it's good.
Definitely an applesauce, like icing sugar almost. It's good. I won't say I love it, but it's good. Buttercream, that's what it was. Applesauce and buttercream. We're gonna give ourselves 1 more hour to walk around, and then we're gonna go and eat some Ukrainian food.
It's really worth coming up here to this view spot. The views are stunning up here.
But that's our hour finished. It's time to go and get some Ukrainian food.
Yum!
This is brilliant. We didn't have a big budget to start with, and all of this food, before we show you, came to a total of 150. I don't know how to pronounce the local currency yet, so it's 150.
I'm not going to go too far into detail with all this food because we simply don't know. We've come to a chain restaurant. It's a national chain restaurant that serves traditional Ukrainian food, but it's more of a cafeteria style, so we don't really know the specific names of things, but we do kind of know what everything is. First up, we've got a spinach pancake. It's green, and I'm not quite sure what to expect from it. I assume there's spinach inside. Oh yeah, there we go. There's some spinach in there. Get some sour cream in there. Here we go. This should be interesting. I kind of love it. That's really good. It's like the nice spinach taste, but it's not overpowering. Then you got the pancake. I also am a big fan of pancakes, so maybe that's playing a role here, but this is really nice. I wasn't quite expecting that.
For me, I've got something called borscht. Now, I know borscht as being a beetroot soup. We've eaten at borscht in Moldova, lots in Poland, and it's always very beetrooty. But this is more of a reddish, and there's meat and different types of vegetables. This is interesting. Look, it's good. It's not amazing, but it's good. It'll definitely make you full. But it's not the borscht that I remember from Poland or Moldova. This is Ukrainian borscht, yes, but it's not the borscht that I remember. It's pretty good. Lastly, we have potato dumplings. Honestly, they usually taste the same no matter where you go, but these ones I'm liking the look of because they are particularly fat. Oh, they're so hard. Yeah, look, again, it's good, but it's not amazing. But it makes sense because this is a cafeteria, so they like mass produce, mass cook all the food here. It's really good, but it's not the best that tastes.
Time for dessert. These little guys, what are they? Coconut meringues.
Coconut meringues.
Coconut meringues. These were Marek's choice. I definitely would have gone with strudel, either apple strudel or cherry strudel. But let's give these a try and see if they're any good. They're kind of hollow on the inside. I'll just go the whole thing. As far as coconut flavored things go, these are really good. Apparently meringues. Coconut flavored meringues. This is actually really good. Good choice. Just had an explosion of emotion, I would call it, there, because today is the last day of our whole long trip that we had together. We literally, yesterday we left home a year and 4 months ago. It's been such a long time. It's been such a beautiful experience. We've grown so much, and now it's like closing a chapter on that, and it all just once we go home now, it doesn't mean that we're done traveling. We still have plans to go other places as well, so I guess we just need to keep sight of like future plans, future trips. But anyway, Ukraine, Kiev.
We definitely have not been here long enough to do this place justice.
way.
The city is stunning. Really wish that we could have spent a few more days here just taking it all in and getting as many experiences as we can. But we are so happy that it actually came here.
In all honesty, the only reason we know there's anything happening at all is because of the news. If you take it just based on our experience walking in the streets, talking with locals, interacting and just watching what people are doing, like life is just normal here. So you really wouldn't think that there's anything going on despite or except for if you read the news.
There are people everywhere, people in the restaurants. Everybody's just having a really good time, you know, and just going about its life as normal. And also just feel like...
Ready? 3, 2, 1. Yes! Yes! Negative!
Both negatives. It is official. We can go home tomorrow.
Yay!
I just want to make it clear that we're not advocating for you to come and travel to Ukraine. There is a potential for something to happen at literally any time. But we just wanted to share our experience of being here in the country.
Thank you so much for joining us on this unexpected and interesting Ukrainian adventure. We'll see you in the next one.